This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming to the February Commission on Disability meeting. It's February 8th, and I do not see anybody here for public speak. Let's see, who are we missing? Nancy is not here. And then, that's it, right? Anybody else? And then, yeah.
So there's six members here.
Okay. And then I just need to do an approval for the minutes for, let's see, November, December, and January. So those of you that were at those meetings, I know it's a little complicated, but Jeff Bagg wrote back to me and he saw something that needed to be corrected. But outside of that, I just wanted to see if anybody else saw anything that needed a correction. No? Okay, no. So I'm going to make a motion to pass the 3 sets of minutes. Can I have a second? Thank you. And Hi. All right, so we'll pass those minutes. Let's see. And so we're gonna start off as usual with our speakers. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
John Mason, Parks and Recreation.
Great. And you can just take it away.
So I was invited here to discuss the pool project. I guess I was.
Yeah, so there information in general, and then you guys had mentioned that you it just says handicap free, but we don't know what that means.
So
exactly. So we want to hear more about that.
Yeah, so we have the pool project is the mechanical side of it. The pool itself is probably about 70% complete. We're redoing the whole pool area. Last night, City Council approved additional financing for ADA accessible walkways for the park, connecting playground to the ADA accessible bathroom to the pool. So there'll be actual pathways that are safe, that stay off of the sidewalk, that connect in to the pool. The pool itself has a ADA accessible chair lift that to get folks in and out of the pool. The design will have new shade structures as well. We're meeting on Monday for that piece. We're really excited about the upgrades and the additions and creating ADA accessibility was part of this project as a whole. What was the other? Handicap accessible. ADA accessible is free.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah. How do you approve that, and why does it just say like handicap?
I think Sam changed that to ADA accessible is free. Or, she made a change to it. I know that. She does the publications for
what that. Does ADA accessible is free mean?
We really should take your word of mouth on it. We don't challenge
so you walk.
Whatever.
So can you give an example? Somebody walks up and just says like,
where they can show a placard or whatever. But if we really don't turn anybody away.
So everybody else has to pay, but
yes, yeah, and we do for seniors. We also give senior discount, and then we also do free swim for seniors as well.
But that's where. So is it physical disability or like what?
I really don't know.
Because
I'm not the
children.
We have a pool manager down there. I have I have a pool cashier, So I'm not down on site, checking to see who they're letting in under that, status.
Right, but we need clarity because like
Well, if you guys
people
wanna
were
get me-
asking if like somebody had ADHD, like that's a disability, so could
If
they?
you guys would like to present something as the commission on disabilities, if you'd like to present what you guys,
Oh, no, we don't want that. No.
no, you don't want to.
I don't know. We have a lot of
So it's our
projects going on.
judgment call, so that's what I mean. So if someone does,
Yeah, so we're just trying to figure that out. Like, we just don't know where the parameters are.
So
So
it's
whatever
tough for us to
you
figure out
want.
the parameters, if the
Yeah.
commission on disability doesn't know the parameters.
Well-
I'd look for
So-
support from you guys and.
Oh, if you want support, sure. I thought you were sort of being like,
No, I like your
Ask-
input, and I like your
Okay.
input and
Okay.
your thoughts. Yeah.
then we would love to. We would love to.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'd be more
Sorry.
than welcome for that, absolutely.
I thought you were thinking I had like a bunch of stuff to push
Oh,
on.
no,
you.
no, no, no,
Okay.
no. Just your thoughts, input, and,
Teamwork.
yeah.
Got it.
absolutely.
Thank
So,
you. Okay.
Feel free to send that along.
Yeah.
We open the pool in June, so
Okay.
we have some time on that, but yeah, we're open to any discussions on this.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. You have a question?
So is there like a pool pass program that like, so I don't know, I don't know if I wanted a discount because I was disabled or something like that, which I am, but if I wanted that kind of discount though, I don't want us to go singing to everyone at the gate about a disability, it's just that to me is tacky. If I have to announce my disability at a gate to whoever's there.
Are you asking about? a pass, you're
If
saying?
there was if there was some sort of office where I could submit it for a permit ahead of time and just.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah,
You know,
we're
I mean,
open to it. So, that's, you
you
can add
know.
that to the suggestions to send
All
us.
right.
Come to the park and get a season pass.
Yeah, or
And then that
something
way
like-
you just show your season pass when you go in, you don't have to declare anything.
Got
Yeah.
it.
All that's, we're open to
Okay.
anything, so that's a great
Yeah.
suggestion.
What did you say?
What pool is this? Easthampton?
the one.
Yeah.
Nonatuck Park.
Down the street
Have you been there?
No.
It's pretty awesome.
No,
It's
I'm
like a
not.
mini lift park. I think. Well, kind
Sorry,
of.
I'm sidetracking.
here. Oh, no, you're not sidetracking at
Sometimes I
all.
just confuse them like, wait.
Oh, of course. No, it's okay. Is there other accessible stuff there? Like, there's a swing? Is there?
There's
Okay.
a swing, and then part of our 5-year plan is to add to the current playground.
Okay.
That's part of the sidewalk that's gonna connect in to our, what we call a treehouse playground.
Yeah.
We've already cleared, some trees out of there, and then we're going to add some features that
Nice.
is included in our playground, but they will be ADA accessible features that are just to the right, but on the same footprint.
Nice.
Is one of them like a wheelchair swing or no?
Yep.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
If we, I have a question, if you want me to walk, if somebody have a walker, is that okay?
Oh, I don't
Someone
know.
else
I think it,
on a
Yeah, but I
wheelchair.
just-
I think it
Wheelchair
locks
or
you in,
walker.
do they lock and?
They lock in, yeah.
Yeah. You'd have to.
No, I
With a
think,
walker or something, like, if they have the walker, that's what I'm just.
I don't think it
thinking.
would work for that kind, I think,
Oh, okay.
but,
There's.
When we get to the purchasing of those features, I can come back with the catalog and we can have a,
go shopping?
Yeah.
we can have a sit down, there's,
Aw,
and figure out what that's.
thank
The
you.
one right downtown Amherst has some great accessible features. Like if you were curious about looking at that, I think. there's a-
Belchertown has a nice one too.
Really? Okay. I don't get around.
I've been over there to check that one out as well. Yeah, I'm going around to look at other
Nice.
parks and other places in Western Mass.
Okay.
The
To
thing
look at
in
ideas and thoughts.
the thing in Amherst that I remember is there's this merry-go-round type thing that people can just wheel on
Exactly.
and go
Yep.
around, and it's like a covered gazebo that rotates, and it's just really nice. And it would be okay for a walker, just people could just walk on and sit.
Okay,
You know?
Wow.
all right.
Yeah. So there's all sorts of cool stuff there.
It should, the one problem is they don't have, Like people go see a lot of animal things, but like animal.
Zoo?
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
Oh, you want
Put a
him to
zoo
put in
in.
a zoo?
That's what I wanted.
It's against city ordinance. When Omar gets here, you can talk to him about that.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, David, you want a draft running around Easthampton?
That'd be cool.
That's a good idea. Are there any questions on the screen at home?
Yeah, I've got a,
Go ahead.
sorry, I've got a question.
Yeah.
Um, this would be, when you were talking about whether you qualify as disabled, as having a disability, and you said somebody could get a senior pass, which works maybe, which works for older people, but it doesn't work for kids and younger people. And Angelica just said ADHD, and I'm just wondering if DPW could give some thought to how to somebody could identify themselves for once and for all.
The DPW?
Yeah, I think she means Parks and Rec, but I think she got confused. The senior pass compared to,
Okay.
we do offer senior pass, but we also have any accessible passes. So there'll be two different, so there will be for anyone that has, it's not just seniors, it's all inclusive that has a disability.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and Stan and Louise, you don't need to raise your hand. I mean, we're your members and you can speak up whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Does anybody else have any questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
Can you have like, if you want to go there and have like cookouts and stuff, something like that?
That's something different. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I'm just saying, cookout, something like that.
Are there tables that
Like,
are
it was-
specifically ADA?
There will be when we purchase them. We haven't, so we haven't bought them yet, but
Okay.
for all our pavilions, we have, ADA accessible tables in every single one, and the pool area will have the same.
And I missed when you said that you were doing your shopping.
Yeah, so,
Is it
I have
months
our-
from now?
yeah, I have our pre-construction meeting, next week.
Got it.
to meet
Okay.
with our contractor and then, go through our needs and shopping list with them.
Is there anything else about the park that maybe we don't know, or should know?
I don't think so.
No.
Other than I'd love to hear your feedback and suggestions. We've definitely incorporated them into our policies for the pool for sure.
Thank you.
And then when I get the catalog from O'Brien's for, the equipment for the playground, I'll, share with you guys as well and.
Okay.
Your input on that.
Great. Thank you. Does anybody else have questions?
Are they gonna have lifeguards
John?
there at the pool? Like a lifeguard? A lifeguard?
A lot.
Lifeguard.
Lifeguards?
Are there
Oh,
lifeguards?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, you have to, it's
You gotta
required.
have one there.
It's, we keep at least 3 on pool deck. It's 1 to 25. So for every 25 customers, whether they're in the pool or not, doesn't matter. As long as they're in the pool area, you have to have a lifeguard for every 25 people. So, if there's only 4 lifeguards working that day, the most that we can have in the pool area, whether they're swimming or not, is 100 people.
Okay.
What's the deduction?
150.
Okay.
We generally try to stay at 125.
Is that all? I guess you're free to go then. Thank you.
I have another meeting. Thank you.
Perfect.
Let's hear from you soon.
You're getting claps over there. You're getting
I don't
applause.
wanna sit down.
Yeah, very
Appreciate it. I
appropriate.
don't get clapped very often.
Right, very excited about the pool program.
Have a great day.
Bye. So, I've not heard from Councilor Gomez yet, so we'll move on. So we'll quickly just talk about recruiting new members. Stan, you just wanna I reached out to that person. I didn't hear back yet, but there's a couple people that you were thinking of, right?
You reached out to the man?
I did. I didn't hear back yet.
I reached out to the woman, haven't heard back from her yet either.
Okay. And they came to you or you found them or?
I'm friends with the woman because we both have the same disease.
Got it.
That's how we met. And I met the gentleman just from a posting he had on Facebook. I replied to it and we had some good conversations.
Okay, great. And then Louise, you said you'd be willing to go at some point to.
Yeah,
Are you okay going by yourself or you feel like you need somebody else?
I'd prefer to go with somebody else the first one or two times or talk to Eli or something
Okay.
to get a feel for it. And maybe we should coordinate because right now, it's very unpredictable how icy it will be and how difficult the roads and walking around from week to week. So it's hard. I mean, I'll give you a commitment if you want for when spring finally gets here, but at the moment.
Makes sense. Okay. Let's see. So the snow clearing volunteer program, that's where last meeting, we mentioned about going to the high school and seeing if anybody would help. So they made an announcement at the high school, and they sent out emails, and I actually have 2 teenagers that are willing to shovel. And I was like, the whole driveway? Not just like, maybe they think a little walkway, and they said yes, a boy and a girl, and I spoke to both of them over the phone. So I'm not sure what we would do about how we want to create this list and like what we want to do with this program. Like, I'm not sure if they want their numbers, like, I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, how would people know about it?
Put up flyer.
Is there some sort of neighbors? They just, that's great. It seems like a lot for us to administer as a commission now.
Right, so I don't know if people could write to us or Jeff and say like, oh,
We need
do you
someone,
know anybody that can shovel?
yeah.
Yes,
We'd also need a volunteer to kind of manage write the list, right? And coordinate.
List of
Who's doing
people or
what.
list of the shovel?
Well, both.
Well, so I don't think I would coordinate it. I think once we give the people the numbers of these children, because they would just be on their own handling it. Or are you talking about something different?
Well, if we've only got 2 volunteers, I can tell you just from Facebook, they'll be overwhelmed the first time it goes public.
Right, I've thought about that, but but also nobody pays attention to us sometimes too, so could get nobody. So I'm not, I just wanted to check in with you guys about what your ideas were. Go ahead, Stan.
I don't know how many of you are familiar with an organization called Nextdoor, which is a community-based organization, but they just started this winter having something called a health map, where people in each neighborhood volunteer to help out handicapped people in the neighborhood who need help shoveling snow or clearing snow or getting their garbage to the curb, things like that. And they can communicate through the app and get help in that way as well. I'm not sure how we would coordinate with them, but it might be something to let our membership know about, that Nextdoor is doing this.
Well, I guess that's the When you say membership, like that's what I'm sort of talking about. Like we don't
Well,
know that we have one.
Constituency.
Right, but I don't
That's
know. I just mean, well, like I don't have like a list or like
well, I meant, even just publicizing it on our Facebook page, that here's another resource for you if you need help.
right. And see that's what I'm saying is like I don't
Yeah.
know how many people actually know that exists.
So I guess the question is, so we have some volunteers. Contact this if you want more information. Who
Right.
wants to be that contact person? I guess that's essentially the question. And I think that's a lot for anyone to take on their plate to keep, I guess.
I
I'm
personally
willing to be.
don't mind.
You don't mind?
I don't.
Okay. That's, you're a hero.
Go ahead, Louise. Louise,
Sorry?
raise your
No, I was scratching.
Go ahead, Stan. Stan?
Yes, all high school students these days carry a cell phone with them. When they do volunteer, we can ask them if it's okay for us to post their cell phone number on our website so that people could call them directly if they need help.
Right. So they did say that was okay. I don't know if I want to do that. But what I'm saying is I don't know how to get the information out to more people because we don't have that many people on that know our page exists.
Angelique, we can try a few Facebook posts. I mean, when people are looking.
Right, but what that requires is me under my name.
Sorry?
It requires me personally under my personal Facebook. Like we have a Facebook page, but that's not a person that you can go and make posts other places with. So it has to be under me personally, and I'm legally not supposed to be doing that.
You could post it as the COD and then share the COD's post to stuff like friends and neighbors.
Right.
Does that solve anything, or am I?
No, because that's what I'm already doing. And so I was looking for other ways to get, because that's still only certain people that read that it would pop up on, or like if they happen to already be on the Easthampton page. So I'm just trying to figure out.
I would have thought the two group pages are likely to get more than enough interest for two kids to,
I mean, I already made a post and then nobody responded. So I'm just letting you know, not one person.
Well, I don't know that people have the COD unless like algorithms are a weird thing.
That,
Yes.
that right there. Right.
Yes.
So.
But I think if you were to share on Friends and Neighbors, the Easthampton group page, and the Senior Center page, between those three, there'd be enough word of mouth, for two people.
Angelique, can I tell you something?
Of course.
You know where 7-Eleven is?
Yeah.
Jeff and them couldn't go anywhere,
Oh, we're talking about snow removal. Yeah, no, I think they're talking about.
Yeah.
We can transition into snow removal.
Yeah.
So go ahead, tell your story. Let's hear it.
Jeff couldn't go. He had to call Easthampton twice because they weren't clearing the snow from the sidewalks.
Yeah, so the spot between I had to report 7-Eleven and the diner, like every time I passed it for a couple weeks, because that spot was just awful.
And did the police
I
tell
don't
you
know.
that they talk to them or?
They don't, they take your name and number, which is in itself intrusive. And then, but I mean, I gave it to them, but I didn't get any follow-up. And I also had to call twice about, the condo on the corner of Everett and Adams Street. That area going on to DPW property was just, there was either little effort or little follow-up with removal of ice after the initial shoveling. For every storm, like.
And what about the diner stuff? Did they clear it?
I don't like inspect it like after I call, but I know they didn't once because I called twice in the same week. And it just seems like the plows are just dumping and everybody's going on it.
Got it.
I have a question. There's a hole, but if they don't fix the hole, there's like what's it called, the hole, something? Potholes, and then they're supposed to fix it, but they haven't done it.
On the sidewalks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you get that fixed.
Yeah, I also had a wheelchair almost capsize on me going up the other way by 7-Eleven. Yeah, it's just, the Liberty Street sidewalks.
Wow.
That needs to be fixed.
Did you want to introduce yourself real quick? And do you have any notes on?
Me?
No.
Yeah, so, my name is Dylan Maxfield. I'm the new associate planner here with, Easthampton. I'm coming in here for this one because, like I said, Jeff is transitioning out now, so I may be coming on as a replacement for it, but right now I'm checking it on out. For this one here, I'm still getting up to speed, so I want to listen in, see how you folks do business, before I try to start inserting myself into it here.
Okay. And did you want to say who you
Yeah,
are?
same thing. I got an invite. I reached out to the commission. I'm the city engineer. I brought some maps with me. I'm responsible for sidewalks and bike lanes and basically I'm very
What's
happy
your name?
that Dan Murphy. Very happy you guys invited me. I've got some maps I'd like to give you. I'd love to hear any concerns you have about any of it. I'm willing to talk about Union Street and where we're going. I know I pushed them pretty hard last year, trying to get them to do better as far as ADA accessibility around the construction work. But I'm going to continue to work hard at that and make sure that this goes well and that everybody has access to this through the work site and around it safely.
Yeah.
Because we're going to tear out all the sidewalks and building all new stuff. So it's going to be disruptive, but we're going to end up with a really good product. But I want to make sure that there's accessibility all the way through construction as well.
Is there specific stuff you want him to talk about?
Yeah, I can, I brought 4 copies. It's basically a sketch plan. It's a plan that goes everywhere in the city where sidewalks exist. So I'd love you guys to take them home, look at them, think about them, put circles on the places which you think are awful, and
You want me down?
the top 10 places where you like
Can
to
you give this to him?
fix things. I've got the same for this is a bicycle map. I might, so that same thing. I thought that I can go through that. I can tell you all the things we plan. I know you mentioned Liberty Street. And one thing to know about Liberty Street is that they're redoing the bridge. And they're gonna redo the bridge abutments. And one of the things I'm pushing them to do is to make sure the bridge abutments are wider so we can hopefully get a shared use path down Liberty Street. So we'll connect to the Manhattan, go all the way down to the end of Liberty Street at Adams. And I'd like, a nice safe crossing into the neighborhood across Adams Street. But all these things you'll see on the map, there's a lot of different places where it notes things that we're planning. On the sidewalk map, I haven't shown anything. I haven't shown anything for plans, but I think the 2022 sketch that you had from Jeff listed all the projects that we have going on. So places where we're making improvements. And anytime we do improvements, we obviously bring it up to current requirements for ADA. So I think should know we're working on Main Street right now. DOT is working on Northampton Street. We've got a shared use path plan to go up Park Street to the school from the Manhattan Trail. Those are probably the three big ones. But,
Is this available online, because so that he could maybe make it a little bigger?
well, yeah, you can, I only have that as a I mean, I do that on a plan. I can send you PDFs and send you whatever you want, certainly, but I will get that into CAD at some point, but I haven't done it yet. First cut was just, I needed to see where all the sidewalks were. So that would help you to circle on there and tell me this sidewalk's awful, I can't get through here. As we do roads, as we go through and do any roads, we need to bring up any existing sidewalk to current standard. So we do that, and sometimes you'll see that with the curb ramps. We did that, I don't know if you saw the improvements on Holyoke Street. We did a couple, RIFBs of the crossings, and we upgraded the sidewalks there. The map also shows anywhere in town that we have an RFB, those little circles.
What's an RFP?
It's those push button flashing lights.
Oh.
Yeah. So they're all, I think I've got them all shown
Where
on
it
there.
says R?
I did the little circle with the R's, yeah. It shows where they all exist, but, I'm happy to come to these meetings with you and give you updates and get feedback, on anything that you have for me to think about. And I want to get all your input, and make sure we're planning and making sure we incorporate the things that you guys would like to see.
Has Riverside reached out to you? Yeah. Has Riverside reached out to you yet?
I have a little
About the
bit.
crosswalks, since I got.
Yeah, I'd love to, any feedback you have, I'd love to see it.
I mean, it was mostly Ken's feedback that I want, Ken and Jana's feedback that
Sure.
I wanted to, but have they reached out?
No,
to you yet?
I haven't, sure. I think I've heard indirect stuff, but nothing direct.
Yeah, I mean, it's essentially, I mean, I just experienced it for the first time today. Yeah, but, there's one push button to set off the signal that's right, well, no, it's right in the middle of, it's like 10 feet away from either way. I mean, someone like Bryce, if they were to press it, the crosswalk, they would have, by the time they actually got to the actual crosswalk, it would be red again.
Oh, so the
time is awful. The location between pushing the button.
Which is it going on right out here?
Yeah, there's one right in the middle, and it's confusing because you don't know what it corresponds
until we get the full sidewalks built. So I think what they've done is they put these where their proposed locations are, but the sidewalk hasn't been upgraded to make it. And I know one thing I can tell you is I'm sure you probably know there's a new crossing plan for Carter Street. That's gonna happen as part of this week.
But I think the timer is really needs.
Okay, that's good. Who's the best person to just get detail on that?
Get detail on that? Yeah. I mean, so.
Is it Bryce?
Oh, no, Bryce, that's Bryce.
Oh, hi, Bryce.
But I'm just thinking about someone that would really have trouble with that time frame.
Okay.
And, it should be like twice as long, probably.
Okay. I will look into the timing of the light for the crosswalks. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that would be probably the quickest fix. I wonder too about the location of the push buttons and whether that's going to end up being a hindrance.
What about the line, like it was 5 feet over on that side over there, from over there to there, make a line.
I think
that's coming. That's going to come as part of the project.
No, I just wanted to.
We'll have it'll be all four sides. You can go.
Okay. I think curious at this one.
You guys have questions for Andrew about any of this, or?
I mean, you can take time to, take it home, think about it. And again,
the other thing I wanted to talk, the location of all the barrels. I didn't survey it today, but all those barrels and cones. Yeah. If I needed a wide sidewalk, that would be really hard to navigate around. And it just seems like there's some, I mean, I'd have to look.
Check to make sure there's good clearance on all the barrels.
Yeah, and just, they shouldn't be on the sidewalks at all.
Well, yeah, you're right. No, they should. I try to put them in the road, like when they do the signs, I told them to put the signs in the pavement. Don't put a leg of the thing in the middle of the sidewalk.
Yeah.
What I've seen sometimes on this double
Yeah.
pole right here, I made them pave around the back of it. So
Yeah,
there was space to get around. 'Cause before,
Yeah.
they put in a new pole. It was
Yeah.
only like 2 feet.
yep.
So I made them
That's
pave
good.
around it.
That
So
was,
there's enough space.
that was definitely a
And
good,
they tried to do a little fix right here across the street there,
yeah.
but I'm not really happy with it. They tried to make it a little easier for a wheelchair to get onto the sidewalk, but that sidewalk on the other side of the cottage is narrow and it's
Yeah.
not great. Hope one day to get that fixed up.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any questions? No?
Yeah, so, Dan,
I can email you all these in PDF.
so if anyone thinks of something after the meeting that they want to bring to your attention, can they email you?
They can email me, they can call me.
And
I'll
you
give you my
cover-
cell phone. It's
Just so they know, can you say what you cover? Like
yeah.
all the issues that you cover?
Anything any problem it's me and my boss. My boss is the DPW director. But anything to do with sidewalks, anything to do with the road, the plans going forward. I mean, the other thing I have is, I mean, like on Main Street, I'd invite you all, if you can, to come. We'll have another community meeting. We're getting closer to a 25% design. But I'd invite you all to, at some point, we'll have plans that you can review, you can look at, you can, if you have any problems or any questions about anything on the plans, we'll have the community meetings, but I can also, I can send you PDFs, and you can look at them in detail, whatever you guys want. I'm more than willing to help, provide.
I appreciate that.
Sure.
Yeah, so
And I'll give you my cell phone. It's 413-665-5555. Again, it's Dan Murphy.
Got it.
Yeah, so Dan originally reached out to me and I told him what I could, but I didn't feel like I could really represent everyone here. So it's good. It's good that you came.
Yeah, no, I'm glad. I welcome, I'd be more than willing to come repeatedly, when you have meetings, I can come and we can talk through anything that comes up.
Especially during the construction, that would be awesome.
Yeah, so I'm gonna push hard on DOT to make sure that as they move in stages, there's ramps and safe, impact all the way around as they go.
Great.
Perfect.
All right.
Thank you. Appreciate
All
it.
right, thank you so much.
Yeah. So the next thing on our list, the Mountain View School Playground. So I was, at UMass. I work there sometimes, and I met somebody that said that there were children, their children go to Mountain View, and that their children have friends that are in wheelchair, and that the wheelchair swing, there are a couple issues with it. They said that it's supposed to be so you can load yourself on it, and that's not what's happening. The way it's designed, the person in the wheelchair needs help to get on. And then the second problem, I believe, was that it was on like rubber pellets or mulch. And so Eli and I went to Mountain View, but we don't see what this person's talking about. I don't see a wheelchair swing
At all.
There is a swing that is for disabled folks. I mean, on the swing, it says it's for 3 to 5 year olds. So I don't know if a 8th grader that was disabled might be able to fit in it or something like that, but
But what we saw was a swing with restraints. So that's
it's a 5-point
right.
thing. So
Yeah.
I am trying to reach out to that woman. I was hoping before the meeting to see did I miss something? Did I misunderstand her? I think the other complaint was that this particular swing was far away from, I thought she said the rest of the swings And so what this particular swing that we saw was not far away from everything. And so I'm not sure what's happening, but they were very serious about it and very like concerned.
That playground is just expansive and poorly designed, but good news, the kids don't have time for recess anyway, so no one uses it.
Oh, what do you mean? They don't get recess?
No, I did. Every kid I've talked to says recess is too short.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, you know.
Do you know anything about a wheelchair swing?
In Mountain View, no.
Okay.
Still getting up to speed on a lot of things here.
Okay.
I haven't heard of.
I didn't even know there was a swing set there, honestly.
It's really tiny and short, and it's that and one other little tiny swing next to it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the ground is made up of rubber, and it is really, really squishy. So I don't know, because she said that the child would have a hard time, pushing themselves through it. So I'll have to wait to get more information about that. Anybody have anything to say about that?
We used to, we used to go to Nahantuck Park during the last day of school, because we would have picnics down there and walk around, and there was a swing that it was too high up, and I couldn't get into it.
Oh, sometimes they do that. It's annoying. I'm sorry. Okay, so the next item is the snow clearing public service announcement. So I've posted the one from last year a couple of more times. Jeff Bagg was going to talk to Easthampton Media. Did he tell you that, or do you have an update on that?
I do not have an update on that at this time. That is something that I can find out about.
He was supposed to speak with them about, I think, getting not only pictures of snow in Easthampton, but he was asking about one of us or some of us being in it to demonstrate shoveling. I'm not gonna. He has an artistic view. So, all right. Let's see. Is there anything that's not on here that folks want to talk about? Do you want to, I didn't get to write down what he said he was working on. Did you hear everything, Jeff? That you were going back and forth with him about a bunch of projects, so I didn't get to hear. I didn't get to write down all of them.
Let's see. Look, I think, so I would say placement of crosswalk signals and accessibility during construction phase, I think would be,
and the timer for the crosswalk signal.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like, I think that's mostly, it's accepting feedback on future sidewalk repairs, placement.
It's a place, it sounds like it's like a pothole on the sidewalk, I don't know what you call it. They have, that needs to be fixed too.
Potholes on the sidewalk, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think mostly it was, mostly he was just saying he would keep it, he would work with DOT to keep everything accessible and stuff.
Okay. Is there anything you wanted to say during the meeting, or?
The only contribution I was really gonna make was gonna be, I know for In regards to parks and recreation, I know many years ago, I worked for Gillette Stadium, doing security for them, and one of the things we would often do is we'd have ADA accessible bathrooms, and typically our standard practice there would be somebody claims they have a disability, they are allowed to use it. You know, we were never ones to question any of that or ask for any sort of verification. So typically it's somebody makes the claim, absolutely, you're allowed to come and use it. So I would imagine it would be a similar practice over at a pool, something like that. If someone's gonna make that claim, you know, a lifeguard, they're not somebody who can verify that. So
I think this is like a reduced price admission thing or a free admission thing. And so for, you know, I'm just thinking, all right, imagine I'm not me. Imagine I'm like teenage me or something like that. Do I want to go talk to the teenager at the door and talk about my disability so I can get in free? That's just, there's a stigma involved, and hopefully there can be steps around to not have to you know, confront that stigma, because it's just that's not cool to have to, you know, air your personal medical stuff to randos, you know. You know,
I just heard from Omar that he's unable to make it to the meeting today, so yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I wouldn't want to, that would be embarrassing.
It's just, you know, so I mean, if, you know, and it's one thing to like, fill out an application at the office and, you know, briefly describe, you know, in anonymity, and then just get the same free season pass, the same looking season pass for free that everybody else has.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, as opposed to having to do something like every single time.
Yeah.
That you go.
Yeah, just, you know, just have a pass, have an application pass, have an application process where folks with disabilities can get that pass quietly and just have the same orange card that everybody else has, you know?
Well, I have a question. How long do you have to have your pass for? I forgot to ask that guy there. I don't want to have to have it for.
I don't
know.
I think they're still working out the details, Dave.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that everything's set.
But, you know, I just want to know how long they have to use it for.
You're a details guy.
Right.
I feel like there was something, Stan, I feel like you sent me an email on something.
I don't know.
And about bringing it up in the meeting. I know there was one about, like proms for people that were disabled. Right?
Right. It was from that Disability Scoop website.
Right. And when I tried to click on it and put in our zip code, it just didn't say anything. So I don't know if something's wrong with their site.
Right.
And was there something else we were talking about sharing? I feel like there was another thing.
Well, if I think of it, I'll let you know when we can do it next meeting.
I'm gonna ask the mayor if we could have like a drawer somewhere, because we get materials and then like, I'm not sure what to do with them all the time.
Maybe a whole filing cabinet.
Right, like at least a drawer. I would love if maybe we could have one, because if it comes to my house, it's getting lost because I have so much people. So
just give us something.
yeah.
Yeah. One of my friends worked down there.
Oh yeah, in the building. Okay.
Carrie.
What department is she in?
Talk about it.
She works in the other office. Carrie Cross.
Okay. The last thing on is the PTSD panel, which I just feel like we need to wait until we have more members so that it's not just one person taking it on. And then same thing with the survey. The second survey that we want to do. just wait to see if we get some new members.
Sidewalk map. Okay, I just wanted to do these with you.
Eli, is there anything that we're missing? I feel like there's something we wanted to talk about.
Go over it.
I can't.
Let me just go over the minutes from last meeting real quick, right here. I wrote down something, educational campaign. Was that around snow? Is that the PSA? I wrote down
Educational
campaign.
I mean,
That's the word.
I guess it must be. I can't think of anything else that could be.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so what are our action plan? Like, what are we doing? So I'm going to I'll make some more posts about, snow, if somebody's disabled and they need snow removal. And I will double check with these teenagers to see, I don't know if they want their number posted. I don't know. And then if folks have questions for Jan, I know he said he covers everything, but does he cover everything? So if people have questions about construction or what else, I can't imagine.
Some engineers, so
Right,
construction
but
is being built.
I feel like sometimes we have questions and then they're sort of like, well,
Yeah.
this department doesn't handle it and this department might, and this, like, and then they
Yeah.
just sit there in the air.
Well, he said he doesn't cover everything the DPW covers, but he's in charge of like, of construction and the design of his facilities.
Right, okay, and the bike, what was the bike again? The bike map? What did he say he was working on with the bike stuff?
He was working on a side path on Liberty Street, he says.
Is there a reason why they chose Liberty Street?
I don't know.
Expanding the bridge as part of it. They're expanding that bridge, or they're redoing the bridge.
Liberty Street, why can't?
Liberty Street, there's DPW land, it's going down 7-Eleven,
Yeah,
walking down that street, down the hill, up the
up the
hill.
hill, yeah,
There's a bridge going over swamp, essentially.
right, yeah, but it's wide.
I guess, I don't.
It's not? I don't know, there's always
I don't know,
animals
it
that
just-
get run over right there.
Yeah,
That's the, always,
okay.
that's my association.
Yeah, okay. I don't know, maybe there's a way, I think somehow Dan thinks there's a better way to get accessibility at that bridge area, so that's happening.
Got it, okay, and that's
Yeah.
the bike path, okay, as well.
No, it's not,
Not the bike path, but a bike lane, no?
Well, no, what he said is that, a multi-use path, so there would be a side path separate from the roadway.
Got it, okay,
okay, yeah, because what they probably want to connect the bike path somehow to, they probably want to connect the bike path somehow to, or provide safe bike access from the bike path to the arts district, I'm assuming, and that would be a natural way to do it.
do you have anything you wanna ask or share?
I don't think so.
Okay. And I just wanna make sure everybody's heard before we close the meeting.
Just a point of information. I don't know if people have seen this yet, but since Omar was mentioned several times during this meeting, I saw that he's planning to run for state office in the next election. And so he may not be around, on the city council for much longer if he wins. And I would assume he would win in this area.
Okay.
Just
Well,
a point of
hopefully-
information.
I'm hoping he can make it next meeting. Oh, he said he could. Okay. All right. So, we're gonna adjourn the meeting. Everybody's okay with closing down? Yes, no objections?
Nope.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.